On April 22, 2025, the peaceful town of Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir was shaken by a horrific act of terrorism. 26 innocent civilians lost their lives in a senseless attack that sent shockwaves throughout India. The responsibility for this cowardly act was traced back to Pakistan, a country with a long history of harboring and supporting terrorist organizations. India vowed a swift and decisive response to this act of aggression, promising to make the perpetrators pay for their crimes. The Indian Air Force was tasked with carrying out retaliatory strikes against terrorist infrastructure inside Pakistan. This operation, codenamed Operation Sindoor, was designed to deliver a clear message that India would no longer tolerate cross-border terrorism. The operation targeted key Pakistani air bases known to be used by terrorist groups for training and logistical support. On May 8, 2025, waves of Indian fighter jets crossed the border and launched precision strikes against multiple targets deep inside Pakistani territory. The strikes marked a significant escalation in tensions between the two nuclear-armed neighbors. Pakistan condemned the attacks as an act of aggression and vowed to retaliate. However, India maintained that the strikes were preemptive and aimed at preventing further terrorist attacks on Indian soil. The international community urged both sides to exercise restraint and de-escalate the situation. The United States in particular played a key role in mediating between the two countries. The strikes were met with a mixture of apprehension and support from the international community. Some countries condemned the use of force, while others expressed understanding for India's position. The United Nations called for both sides to exercise restraint and engage in dialogue to resolve the crisis. The coming days would prove to be a tense period for the entire region as the world watched closely to see how the situation would unfold. Among the targets hit during Operation Sindoor was the Nur Khan Air Base, located near the city of Rawalpindi in Pakistan's Punjab province. This base is of immense strategic importance to Pakistan's military operations. It serves as the headquarters for the Pakistan Air Force's Air Mobility Command, responsible for transporting troops and equipment across the vast country. The base is home to a variety of aircraft, including C-130 Hercules transport planes, Il-78 refueling tankers, and Karakoram-8 trainer jets. Nur Khan Air Base plays a critical role in Pakistan's ability to project power and respond to emergencies. The C-130 Hercules aircraft stationed at the base are used to transport troops, supplies, and heavy equipment to remote areas of the country. These aircraft are also used for humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations. The Il-78 refueling tankers extend the range and endurance of Pakistan's fighter jets, allowing them to operate further from their bases. The base's proximity to the capital Islamabad makes it a high-value target. In the event of a conflict, Nur Khan would be essential for reinforcing Pakistan's defenses and ensuring the continuity of government operations. The base also houses a number of command and control facilities, making it a key node in Pakistan's air defense network. The targeting of Nur Khan Air Base during Operation Sindoor highlights the importance of the base to Pakistan's military capabilities. The selection of Nur Khan as a target was not arbitrary. Indian intelligence had gathered credible information suggesting that the base was being used to support terrorist activities. This included reports of terrorist operatives receiving training at facilities located on or near the base. Additionally, there were indications that the base was being used to store and transport weapons and explosives intended for use in terrorist attacks. The decision to strike Nur Khan was taken after careful consideration of the available intelligence and the potential risks involved. In the immediate aftermath of Operation Sindoor, the world waited with bated breath for confirmation of the damage inflicted on Pakistani targets. Satellite imagery soon emerged, providing irrefutable evidence of the precision and effectiveness of the Indian airstrikes. Images released by Maxar Technologies, a leading provider of high-resolution satellite imagery, showed significant damage to several structures within Nur Khan Air Base. The most striking images showed at least 2 large transport aircraft parked on the tarmac, clearly damaged and possibly destroyed. The type of aircraft could not be immediately determined, but their size and configuration suggested they were likely C-130 Hercules transports. These aircraft are essential for Pakistan's logistical operations, and their destruction would represent a significant blow to the country's military capabilities. Beyond Noor Khan, satellite imagery revealed the extent of the damage inflicted on other key Pakistani airbases. Sukkur Air Base, located in the Sindh province, suffered a direct hit on one of its aircraft shelters, resulting in its complete destruction. Rahim Yar Khan Air Base, situated in southern Punjab, was left with a large crater on its runway, rendering it unusable for flight operations for an estimated week. The imagery provided a stark visual reminder of the destructive power of the Indian airstrikes and their potential to disrupt Pakistan's military operations. The use of satellite imagery to assess the damage caused by the strikes highlights the growing importance of open-source intelligence in modern warfare. No longer are governments solely reliant on classified information gathered through traditional intelligence channels. Commercially available satellite imagery coupled with analysis from open-source intelligence experts provides a valuable and often more timely perspective on events as they unfold. As the dust settled and the world absorbed the implications of Operation Sindoor, both India and Pakistan found themselves under intense international pressure to de-escalate the situation. The United States, recognizing the potential for the crisis to spiral out of control, stepped in to mediate a ceasefire between the two nuclear-armed neighbors. After days of intense diplomatic efforts, an agreement was reached on May 10, 2025, bringing a fragile peace to the region. While the ceasefire held, tensions remained high. Both sides accused each other of violating the agreement, with sporadic explosions reported in the disputed region of Kashmir. Despite the mistrust, both countries agreed to engage in further negotiations, with a scheduled meeting set for May 12, 2025. The international community continued to urge both sides to exercise restraint and seek a peaceful resolution to the long-standing conflict. In the age of social media, the conflict was not confined to the battlefields and negotiating tables. A wave of misinformation and propaganda flooded online platforms, seeking to shape the narrative and demonize the opposing side. A particularly egregious example was a video circulating online that purported to show extensive damage to Noor Khan Air Base. The video, shared widely on various social media platforms, was quickly debunked by fact-checking websites. The video, as it turned out, depicted damage to Khartoum International Airport in Sudan, a casualty of the ongoing conflict between the Sudanese army and the Rapid Support Forces. This incident served as a stark reminder of the dangers of misinformation in the digital age, where misleading content can spread like wildfire and inflame tensions. The ability to discern fact from fiction in the online world has become essential, particularly in times of conflict when the stakes are high.